Imagine this. You have $1,000 sitting in your bank account. It doesn't feel like much. Maybe it could buy you a new phone. Maybe a short vacation. But what if I told you that same $1,000 could become $10,000 without lottery tickets, gambling, or risky bets? This is the story of how ordinary people can turn a small amount of money into something much bigger. Not by luck, but by using the power of investing. Chapter 1. Why $1,000 matters. At first, $1,000 seems small. It might feel like it can't change your future. But here's the truth. Investing is not about where you start. It's about how long you give your money to grow. Even a small seed can grow into a forest if you give it enough time. Think of your $1,000 as a seed. If you plant it in the right soil, meaning the right investment, it will grow. Slowly at first. But eventually, the growth becomes exponential. That is why $1,000 matters. It can be the first step to building wealth. Chapter 2. The power of compounding. Now let's talk about the magic behind investing. Compounding. Compounding means your money earns returns, and then those returns also earn returns. It's like a snowball rolling down a hill. With each turn, it picks up more snow. At the beginning, it's small, but after a while, it becomes massive. Albert Einstein once called compounding the eighth wonder of the world. Why? Because it turns time into money. Here's an example. If you invest $1,000 at an average return of 10% per year, in 10 years, it will become about $2,600. In 20 years, it will become nearly $7,000. And in 25 years, it crosses $10,000. You didn't add more money. You just let compounding do its job. Chapter 3. How to turn $1,000 into $10,000. Now let's explore the actual strategies you can use. There are many ways people grow their money. But let's focus on 4 proven ones. 1. Index funds, the S&P 500 and ETFs. The simplest way is to invest in an index fund. For example, the S&P 500. This is a basket of the 500 biggest companies in the United States. Apple, Microsoft, Google, Tesla, Coca-Cola, Amazon, they're all in it. Historically, the S&P 500 has returned around 10% per year on average. That means if you put in $1,000 and simply wait, it will turn into $10,000 in about 25 years. No guessing. No gambling. Just patience. This is the strategy Warren Buffett recommends for most people. 2. Dollar cost averaging, investing regularly. Now let's make it faster. Instead of putting in only $1,000 once, what if you add a little bit every month? This is called dollar cost averaging. You invest a fixed amount regularly, for example, $100 each month. Sometimes you buy when prices are high, sometimes when they're low. Over time, you smooth out the ups and downs. If you start with $1,000 and add just $100 per month, at 10% growth, you will reach $10,000 in less than 6 years. That's 4 times faster than waiting 25 years with no additions. 3. Dividend stocks. Another way is to invest in companies that pay dividends. Dividends are small payments that companies give to shareholders from their profits. For example, Coca-Cola, Johnson & Amp Johnson, and Procter & Amp Gamble. If you reinvest those dividends, meaning you use them to buy more shares, your investment grows even faster. It's like compounding on steroids. Your money works, then the dividends also start working. 4. Side hustle plus investing. Here's a creative method. What if you take your $1,000 and use it to start a side hustle? For example, selling products online, freelancing, or creating content. Then, instead of spending the profits, you invest them. Even an extra $50 or $100 a month can double the speed of reaching $10,000. The combination of earning more and investing smart is extremely powerful. Chapter 4. Real stories and lessons. Let's look at some real examples. In 2008, during the global financial crisis, many people panicked. The S&P 500 lost almost half of its value. If you had invested $1,000 in 2007, it would have dropped to $500. But here's the twist. By 2013, that same investment had more than doubled. Patience turned a painful loss into a big gain. Warren Buffett himself made his first investment at age 11. He bought 3 shares for just $114. Today, he is worth more than $100 billion. Of course, he added more money along the way. But his greatest advantage was starting early and letting compounding work. Chapter 5. The Mindset. There's the truth. The hardest part is not the math. It's the mindset. Most people spend $1,000 without thinking. A phone upgrade. A weekend trip. Clothes that lose value the moment you buy them. But the wealthy think differently. They see $1,000 as seed money. They plant it. They protect it. They let it grow. The question is not, can 1,000 become 10,000? The question is, will you let it? Conclusion. So here's the big picture. Turning $1,000 into $10,000 is not about magic. It's not about gambling. It's not about risky bets. It's about choosing smart investments like index funds, adding regularly even small amounts, reinvesting dividends, and most of all, being patient. Time is your greatest ally. The earlier you start, the easier it gets. So let me ask you, if you had $1,000 today, what would you do? Spend it? Or plant it and let it grow into 10,000? Share your answer in the comments below.